Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday, happy Valentine's Day, happy Black History Celebration Week in the Daily Antidote of Song. It's beautiful to see you all wearing red or representing the day, however you wish to. Hi, I'm Anna. I'm the DAS tech person. Welcome. I just want to say hi to Facebook. Hi, Facebook. And then I want to say hi to everybody else here. Thanks for joining us today. Hi, Jo Rasi. Hi, Dan and Claudia Zanes, who are going to be singing with us soon. Hi, Shari in New Hampshire. Hi, Sarah in Texas. Good to see you. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Bonnie in Boise. Hi, Storm. Hi, Hindi, wherever you are. Hi, Amy. Hi, Susan G in Ohio. Hi, Carolyn in Honey Bear. Hi, Kathy in Virginia. Hi, Sheila in Florida. Hi, Caroline in DC. Hi, Dan. Always good to see you there. Hi, Gary. Hi, Sandy E. Welcome. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kim in Vancouver. Hi, Deborah in Kentucky or wherever you are. Hi, Aloysius. Hi, Mabel. Hi, and Cinnamon Bear. Hi, Jenny in the UK. Hi, Annette. Hi, Arlene and Manatee. Hi, Amanda and Miles. Good to see you. Oh, and a Valentine for all of us. Hi, Ruth in Birmingham. Hi, Brownwin. Hi, Cricket. Hi, Susan Miller in Seattle. Welcome. Hi, Deli. Hi, Phil in Totnes. You're home. Hi, Simke in Maryland. Hi, Terry. Hi, Ralph. Welcome. Hi, Kate in Charlottesville. Hi, Nancy in the Irish Cow. Welcome. Hi, Karen in Oregon. Hi, Susan in Tacoma Park. Hi, Hoda. It's wonderful that you're back with us and joining every day. Hi, Kathleen in Albuquerque. Hi, Dawn and the Curly Tops. I see Liana and Alice May and Willard. Hi. Hi, Jim Harkless. Hi, Christiana. Hi, Luda. Hi, Jane in Texas. Hi, Julie in Ontario. Hi, Jim. Hi, Kat. Hi, Bob on an iPhone. Good to see you. Hi, Luda. Hi. Hi, Julie in Ontario. Happy day. Hi, Kate in France. Hi, Elise Witt. Good to see you. A wonderful day as song leader and host and friend. Hi, Kathy in upstate New York. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Jean in Pittsburgh. Hi, Fred. Hi. Hi, Carol J. Hi, Hindi. Hi, Harriet and other people off of camera. Storm. I think I said hi to you, but here's a double hi. Hi, Janny. Hi, Loriana, Katrina, and Courtney. Hi, Kate. Hi, Dick and Kathy. Hi, Bessie Graham. Hi, Linda Rose. Hi, Joni. I think that's almost everyone. Oh, there's Amos and there's Lynn. Hi, Lynn and Darla. And if I missed you, we'll say bye to you. Thanks for being here. Here we are. And I have the special privilege of welcoming Dan and Claudia, special friends, wonderful people that bring music and light to our community. Thanks for being here, Dan and Claudia.
Thank you. So great to be here. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Happy Black History Month. Although we know Black history is every day. It's American history. It's our history. So we've got a song for you, who we consider the architect of family music, of, social music, Lead Belly. We're going to do a Lead Belly tune. You want to talk a little bit about the history of it?
Yeah, the song, it's called the Rock Island Line. You all know it. It was originally a jingle for a train. There was a contest for a train line, and the jingle winner was a black quartet, and they came up with this song, and Lead Belly popularized it. It sounds like he may have learned it when he was in prison, and he brought it to the world, and it was one of the cornerstone songs of the skiffle movement over in England. Which is one of the cornerstone movements of rock and roll as we came to know it. So Lead Belly really is an essential ingredient in the formation of not just modern family music, as Claudia mentioned, but rock and roll as we know it.
All right, so it's got this driving energy to it. There's a lot of lyrics, but we're gonna take our time and we're gonna get through it together. All right, so can you give us a little of that groove? This is your part. I'm gonna sing it first, and y'all will sing it back, okay? Oh, the Rock Island Line. Oh, the Rock Island Line. It's a mighty good road. Oh, the Rock Rock Island Line. It's the road to ride. Oh, the Rock Island Line. It's a mighty good road. All right, we're gonna stop it there, okay? Because the next part is a little trickier. It goes like this. If you wanna ride it, got to ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. Add whatever harmonies you want to. If you wanna ride it, got to ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. Okay, let's just try that part. If you wanna ride it, here we go. If you wanna ride it, got to ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. How we doing? Thumbs up? Kinda? We got it? Okay, let's try from the top. Let's just do that part one more time, the call and response piece. Or
let's sing it all together.
all the way. All right.
They got lyrics, so
perfect. We're taking it from the top. If you got your instruments, I see the drum. Sherry, I see you there in New Hampshire. Yes. All right, we're gonna bring out the rhythm. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Oh, the Rock Island Line.
well, it's a mighty good road.
Oh, the Rock Island Line.
Well, it's a road to ride.
Oh, the Rock Island Line.
It's a mighty good road.
And if you wanna ride it, got to ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. Hey.
Everybody got it? You know, I think we should
so.
let's take it up a notch. Let's make it a dance contest too.
Ooh.
All right? Yeah. Not a dance marathon, dance contest.
All right, here we
Take it
go.
from the top. Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, the Rock Island Line.
Well, it's a mighty good road.
Oh, the Rock Island Line.
Well, it's a road to ride.
Oh, the Rock Island Line.
Well, it's a mighty good road.
And if you wanna ride it, got to ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. Hey.
Well, A, B, C, double X, Y, Z. The cat's in the corner, but she can't see me.
All together, here we go. The Rock Island Line.
Well, it's a mighty good road.
Oh, the Rock Island Line.
Well, it's a road to ride.
Yeah, the Rock Island Line.
It's a mighty good road.
And if you wanna ride it, got to ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. Well, I may be right, I may be wrong. I know you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Woo! Oh, the Rock Island
It's a
Line.
mighty
Come on.
good road.
Oh, the Rock Island Line.
It's a road to ride.
Yeah, the Rock Island Line.
It's a mighty good road.
And if you wanna ride it, got to ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island. All right, break it down, y'all. Here's where we break it down. Well, the train left Memphis at 9:30.
Rolled into Little Rock at 8:55.
Yeah, 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 yeah. On the Rock Island Line.
Well, it's a mighty good road.
Oh, the Rock Island Line.
It's a road to ride.
Come on, the Rock Island Line.
It's a mighty good road.
And if you wanna ride it, got to ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. Yeah, get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. Oh, you get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. Nah. Nice dancing and singing, everyone.
All right. Looking good. Looking good. Well, we just wanted, we're so happy to be here. It is really nice to see everybody. And it's great. Any opportunity that we have to talk about Lead Belly and the greatness of Lead Belly is a beautiful is a beautiful thing. So we just wanted to, one of the things we've become, before I met Claudia, I became friendly with the Lead Belly family and Lead Belly estate down in Tennessee. And they were grateful that I would always talk about Lead Belly in interviews because, like we said earlier, he really is the architect of so many things, including modern family music, which is what we dabble in. And we when I first met Claudia, we put together a record for Smithsonian Folkways called Lead Belly Baby, and it's a tribute to the music, the songs that Lead Belly sang for young audiences. And the Lead Belly estate was very grateful that we were shining a light on that aspect of his career, because for so much of his lifetime, which ended in 1948, and also so much of the legacy focuses on the prison narrative of Lead Belly's life. He was in prison a couple times. And so they felt like that narrative overshadowed so much of the other stuff that he did. And he had a real emotional commitment to young audiences. So, stepping back and just looking at the bigger picture, what it really says to me as a white person is how easily we can get, because of the conditioning and the way that we're socialized to think about Black folks, particularly Black men, how easily we can get sort of duped into focusing on one area of an artist's career and not understanding or not knowing enough to look at the entirety of what an artist has done and created. And Lead Belly is just such a good example of that. They used to, John Lomax, for all the good that he did, he was really, he really did sort of enforce and encourage that prison narrative, and had Lead Belly in the early days wearing prison stripes when he would perform, which, we look at it now and we think, oh, how, what was he thinking? But, there's similar things that go on today, So it's important for, I think, all of us white folks to really be aware that, we're constantly being tricked and duped and led to believe counterproductive things about Black folks and people of color. So,
and I think, as we look at Black excellence in the creative art form, when we think about the contribution of Black folks to so much that I'm always learning as well. I was learning about, the things that were created by Black folks, including toilet paper, the three-way stop sign, the traffic light, the lawnmower, peanut butter, so much. And, Dan and I, we've been taking advantage of just the beauty of streaming shows right now, too. There are so many wonderful Black documentaries that we have found. We just watched one on Gordon Parks, the tremendous photographer. There's a few that we watched.
Polly Murray.
Lawyer. Yes. So, this is a time to just educate ourselves, learn more about the Black excellence that is America as well.
Dan and Claudia, thank you so much. That is so fabulous. So did the image of a Lead Belly show with the prison gear? I'm going to go ahead and also share one, or I'm going to hopefully try and share one that is Lead Belly looking like his usual distinguished self. So here's hoping that you guys will be able to see this one also. And so as we celebrate Black history, it is really great to reflect on the different narratives that are out there. So there's Lead Belly looking like his usual self. And there's also another great shot that we have, which is really nice in conjunction with what Dan and Claudia were just talking about, which is Lead Belly actually performing with kids. And do you guys have anything else to say about Lead Belly's children's music?
One thing that just inspired me about Lead Belly that I learned was that he always had songs in his head. I think they said that at any given time, over like 500 songs that he could just play at the drop of a hat. And it's just a reminder of how music really does bring us together. And you never know when the situation is going to call for that. So I love that he was just able to make music with young folks, older folks, but always to connect to each other through the music. So there's that photo of him there.
He was considered the king of the 12-string
Right.
guitar. There's never been anyone like him as a player. And one of the things also about Leadbelly was he loved wordplay. And when we made the Leadbelly Baby record, we had a number of hip hop artists on there because it was obvious that if Leadbelly were alive today, he would be a fan of the artistry behind hip hop. And so it was important. So, so it goes to say that some of the messages that people heard about Leadbelly during his lifetime are very similar to a lot of the messages that we hear about a lot of hip hop artists that are going on today. So just to sort of, bring that point back around. But what else? Anything else? We can go on.
We love Leadbelly.
That's a beautiful context, like if you want to try and understand sort of the Lomax prison garb, the creation of a certain persona for whatever reasons it's significant or useful to whatever the creator is trying to achieve, like comparing that to hip hop is actually a really great comparison, right? Like if you think about the stories built around hip hop and the sort of fear factor or other factor that has been created by the sort of the entire genre really, and so yeah, thank you so much for pointing that out. I think that's really great, and it's a great way to help us to see it or understand it more deeply. Can you just remind everybody in the room or tell anybody who's new about Constructive White Conversation?
Yes, and it's so good to see a lot of familiar faces here. Constructive White Conversations started 11 years ago. The website is constructivewhiteconversations.org, and it's an affinity space for white people to get together and work through the white racial conditioning that I know I certainly grew up with, and it's the conditioning that if it goes unchecked, it really serves to separate me from people who don't look like me. And it tells me that we live in a society where everybody has an equal opportunity. And I've found that for me, that hasn't been the case. So it's been a very liberating experience for me to hang out with white people in an anti-racist space and work through this stuff so that I can be more useful out in the world and trying to dismantle systems of oppression. And so I invite anyone here who identifies as a white person, if you've never sat down with other white people and had an anti-racist conversation, please come and join us. There's no previous experience required. If you have any questions about it, you can turn to one of the people in the box next to you and ask them, because there's a lot of people from the Daily Antidote of Song, including you, Jo Rasi, that have showed up and really continue to show up in CWC. So it's an open invitation.
It's such a great space. And the idea that we tell our own stories is a really incredible way to sort of think through your own story, which you might not if you didn't have to present it to others. So I found that to be an entirely useful tool. But also that thing that happens when we're thinking, where we realize that there's something we've never thought of before, or an area or an angle we've never considered, i.e. the connection between what was happening with Leadbelly and what's happening with hip hop, right? So that kind of happens, I feel like, very often in here in the Daily, but exactly what the premise is of Constructive White Conversation is you're getting in there and you're finding yet another blank spot that you have that you didn't know you had. And so I find that so, so helpful and useful. And thank you for running that fabulous organization. You might have already said this, but can you say the title of the Leadbelly CD so we can put a link in the chat and get people pointed in that direction?
Yes, it's called Leadbelly Baby, and it's on Smithsonian Folkways, and it can be bought or streamed wherever music lives.
Lovely, thank you. So today happens to be, in addition to, what's this called again today? In addition to, Valentine's Day. It's Black History Month, but it's also Valentine's Day. And yeah, exactly, hearts. Can we all do hearts for everybody in the room and everybody on Facebook Live? Here's some hearts for you. And thank you so much for joining us on Valentine's Day. And ever important always when we're thinking about Black history is also love. When we're thinking about really any social justice or racial justice issue in our nation or in our globe. Love kind of seems to be at the heart of a lot of it. And so I understand that you are thinking of singing something lovely to us today. Can you tell us about it and break into song?
Yeah, this is a song Dan actually introduced to me. I hadn't heard about it until I'd met him, but you can tell.
All right, and it's a song from a Canadian husband and wife duo. They were husband and wife at the time, Ian and Sylvia. A lot of you know their music. But I also, before we get into it, I just want to mention Cleo soaps. Let's not forget. I mean, it's good to talk about constructive white conversations, but still, people, we got to wash ourselves.
Yes, if you want to support Black creativity, I am making soap. I know many of you from the Daily Antidote have purchased. Thank you so much. You can go to cleosoaps.com and see a lot of the handmade creations that I'm working on. Thank you.
All right, here we go. 4 Strong Winds. I think everybody knows this song. And when I was a kid listening to Ian and Sylvia, I would hear that sound, that husband and wife sound, and I just thought, that's the sound. And I carried that dream with me that my entire life. And the day that I met Claudia was the day that dream came true, that I was able to hear that sound in my own lifetime.
Yes.
And so happy Valentine's Day, baby.
I love you.
Here we go. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. Think I'll go out to Alberta, where there's good there in the fall. I got some friends that I can go working for. Still, I wish you'd change your mind if I asked you one more time. But we've been through that 100 times or more. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. If I get there before the snow flies, and if things are looking good, you could meet me if I send you down the fair. But by then it would be winter, not so much for you to do. And those winds sure can blow cold way out there. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way.
I love that song so much. Thank you all. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, lovers of love.
Thank you guys so much. That was completely beautiful. And it was really, really nice, everybody, to see all of your hearts and your smiles and your emotions and your instruments and all of the ways that we can bring all of this love into this circle. Happy, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. And thank you for celebrating not only this beautiful day, but the beginning of our Black History Week celebration here during Black History Month in the Daily Antidote of Song. I want to thank everybody for bringing smiles. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Dan and Claudia. Can we all please give it up for Dan and Claudia? You guys bring
Thank
so much
you.
to this beautiful space. And
Thank
if you
you.
missed it, peek at the little picture we posted on Facebook Live of that little beautiful lovebird pair, because it is such a great photo and I love it. Thank you. I'm going to turn it back over to the fabulous Anna Alter, Daily Antidote assistant, for the goodbyes. Or I think I am. Anna, are you up for some goodbyes or shall I?
Of course.
Woohoo!
Full of love and hugs, goodbyes. So first, let's say bye to Facebook. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that.